starting a video early. That's not like me. Usually I'm always late, not early. So let's go ahead and get going on this. So my son, he asked me to make this thing for him. He saw that I do 3D printing, and it's the first time he actually seen kind of the whole shebang of what I do. And he says, "Oh, I saw this thing, Dad, online, and it's 3D printed, and it's this dice tower thing, and it's so cool. If you could make something like that for me." And so I'm kind of looking at it and thinking, okay, I guess I could figure out something. And then I went on Etsy and found someone selling the model for this. And I thought, well, I could just buy that model for, I think it was like $10 or something for the model. And then I could print that, and it comes with the base. So a place for your dice to roll into. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool looking. And so I showed him, and he goes, "Yeah, that's pretty close. Not exactly the same one that I was looking at, but it's close." And so the funny thing is I found out is after I printed him one of these, he said, "That is the exact one." He went back to TikTok and saw the video, and it is the exact same one. So he picked out some plastic he likes. I'm going to print him 4 of them, so him and his wife and my granddaughters can all play together. And it was, pretty cool. So he picked out the colors he wanted. I'm going to print them. This one right here is one I'm going to keep myself. I wouldn't want it brown because it has like some wood. Look at that wood all on the back. It's so cool. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to take and paint this one. So I got my paints all set up here, and we're going to have fun painting it. Hey, Waldo, thanks for joining us. Hey, welcome, you guys. Yo, back to you. So let me go ahead and clear off some of these figures and some of my dice and stuff. Look at this thing. It's a 100-sided dice. Isn't that cool? Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, let me get these out of here. And let me show you how this dice thing works first before we start painting. Now, my wife is on her way right now buying a can of soda. I don't drink soda. To see if the soda can fits in here. And that's the idea, is you put your soda can in here, then you can drink from the soda can, and then you can also do the dice roll. So let's go ahead and test out this dice rolling feature. Now, these are my glow-in-the-dark dice. And let's drop one down here and see. I'll do a 6-sided first. Ooh, look at that. And he rolls a 4. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go and try the 12-sided dice. Whoop. And what I get there? A 2, a 2. All right, let's try this here, percentage dice. And I got, what is that? 65 or 95? I guess it's 95. 95. Then we'll roll this 20-sided dice. And I got a 19. I got a, what is that? A 2 on my 3-sided dice, a 4-sided dice, and then a 5 on my 8-sided dice. So that's kind of fun, kind of cool. Now, of course, it doesn't work with bigger dice, because bigger dice wouldn't fit down the chute very well, if we find out really quick. But it does have a dice storage spot area too, where you can store your dice in the bottom. Now, this bottom's supposed to click on, but I didn't get mine to work. It's like it's just off a little bit, and maybe because the printer may shrink it a little bit, I may have to make this piece a little bit bigger for it to actually fit on there. But kind of a fun, coolie-dealy-bob kind of thing. All right. Hey, Charles, thanks for joining us. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining us. Fit. It's always a pain to get these back in here. Oh, He-Man. All right. Let me stick all my dice away, get them off the painting area. So what I've done is I put a bunch of stuff in the description with links for you guys to buy these. So if you wanted to buy the paints or whatever else. Now, I didn't get the exact colors in there. I just put like a big old box of paints that I bought a long time ago. But these here I also have in there too, which is the exact ones I'll be using. And then, of course, I have the exact paintbrushes I'll be using as well. And I have a link to buy this too as well if you want. So there you go. And I bought a bunch. I got a bunch of little cups here I can use for my paint mixing. So that will be cool too. So let's take a look and see what we're going to do here. Now, again, I printed it in brown because I want it to be wood. I don't want any paint in the stairs area. I don't want the paint to hinder the dice or get paint on the dice as time goes on. So this is my no zone. This is my no zone. And this is my no zone as well. I don't want to have the paint scraping off as the can slides in and out of the hole on top. So we're going to paint this nice little strap around here, some kind of silverish with some black washing afterwards. Same with the bottom one. We're going to take and paint some different shades of brown for the wood. That should be really cool. And then I may just do a light black wash on here and then gray or silver for the window frame here. I'm probably going to leave the sword and the dragon alone. I'm not sure. We'll see how it looks with different colors. So let's get mixing. Todd, what is your favorite Christmas cartoon? It's funny. It's kind of hard to say my favorite Christmas cartoon, but my very favorite Christmas movie ever is Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. We used to watch it with our kids every single Christmas. So to them, it's just a regular Christmas movie. So I know people always slimes joke and say their favorite movie, Christmas movie, is Die Hard. And I think that's kind of funny. This sounds awful. I've never seen Die Hard. So I have a friend of mine. He looks like Bruce Willis. And I told him, I said, we got to watch a Bruce Willis movie together sometime, just once. And so I told him, hey, how about we watch Die Hard together? That'd be kind of cool. You know, I could watch it with the man himself, you know, and he kind of cracked up laughing. But he looks like Bruce Willis from the movie Armageddon, of how Bruce looked then at that time. All right. There we go. I got some brushes out. You know what? I want to get a nice fine one too so I can get in the deep grooves. The deep grooves! Groovy, man. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and I first like to use black in order to get down in the deep grooves so we can work the colors lighter from that point. So I got this black I call thin black on the top because I used to have two blacks, a thin one and a thick one. And since I don't want this black paint to be used anywhere else, I have a cup that's already dirty. I'm just going to use that cup so I don't get it mixed with my browns. Because if you mix if you mix black with any of your other colors, it turns them gray. So you never want to try, if you can help it, you don't want to use black in your mixing. I haven't used this paint for a while, so it looks like it may be clogged. No, not the clogged paint. Oh, look at that. Bloop. It's coming out like jelly. So much for being thin black. It's going to go and splurt all over the place. I just know it. Let me just save myself now and open this and just dump it out. That's what you get for having paints for, yes, look at that. It's totally clogged up on there. Okay. Put the cookie down. Oh, yes. He's got two. Get the mailman. Because of 2 minutes. Because of 2 minutes. Look at that. It's like a plastic clog almost. I'm glad I didn't keep trying to squish that out of there. All right. Let's see if we can get some black out of here now. It's funny. It used to be my thin black. That does not look very thin now. It's time to get some new paints, I think. I've probably had this particular black paint for probably 12 years or more. So it is probably time to go and buy some new paints. That's funny. I can't even get the lid back on. Yep. I should add it to my Christmas list. So why am I making this video? So I was going to go to my son's house today and bring this to him and show him what it looks like. And I gave him a call and he's working. He's working. You believe that? He's working overtime trying to make money for Christmas so he can have extra stuff for the granddaughters. Well, his daughters, my granddaughters, which is really cool of him. I used to do that when I was his age too. And so he's not at home. So I was going to take and just videotape the parts and just show him what it looks like before I start making them for him. And I thought, you know what? I should just make a whole video of me painting it. That'd be kind of fun for everybody. Fun for the whole gang. Hey, Charles. My family's doing pretty good right now. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it. I've never seen Scarface or The Godfather. Yeah, you know what? I haven't seen those ones either. That's just funny. You hear about all these movies and quotes people do all the time from all these different movies, and I just never get around to watching them. I was thinking it'd be kind of fun to go back and watch all the Get Smart episodes. So I'm looking at maybe buying the Get Smart DVDs or Blu-rays or something. That would be cool. So I'm just going to go through. I've already clear coated this, and I have the link to the clear coat paint I used in the description. It's a matte finish Krylon, I believe, but if you click the link, it will take you to it. They have a UV version and a non-UV version. I like the UV version better. It does cost a little bit more, but it just kind of protects your stuff as to that much better than the non-UV. Now, of course, it's not going to stay black like this. This is just me getting on the first deep sections so that we can put brown over it later on and have it still look nice and dark. So that's what I like to do, is fill the grooves with the black paint. We're probably going to fill most of this back in with brown anyway. All right. Fun time. And it'd be cool too, because then my son can watch his video and paint his. I'm not going to sand his or paint them. He's stuck doing that all on his own, on his onesome. So I'm just doing the prints. He used to make models when he was a kid, and he also used to build puzzles and glue them together and stuff. So he can do it. He can do it. Like I said, this is the cup I'll be keeping, so that's why I'm doing my own. All right. I'm sorry to hear that about that, Charles. Yeah, that is never good when a family member passes away like that. And the stinky part about it is, I know like when my dad passed, and I have other family members passed in the past, is it's so weird because the rest of the world goes on happily, and you're like, how can they be happy? But to them, it's just another Tuesday. You know, they don't know your family, they don't know what happened, and sometimes it just seems so weird and so amiss when you are in this deep, upset, half depression, and other people are just going on like nothing ever happened. And it's really bizarre because to them, they have no clue that you went through this. And even if they did, their clueness of it only lasts for a few seconds where they think, oh yeah, that's bad. And then they continue on with their life, and life continues as if nothing ever happened. Or you just told them that something happened. And so I kind of understand what you're going through a little bit, man. Not totally, because I don't know your connection with your aunt. And of course, everyone's connection is different, and the way they relate to that connection is different. So no one can really truly know what you're going through. Even those closest to you, they can kind of emote and relate a little bit, but each person sees it differently. It's funny, my wife and I talk about this a lot because I have a lot more deeper feelings when someone passes away than my wife does, for instance. It hits me a lot different, a lot harder when a loved one passes away. Sometimes even when a famous person passes away, it kind of hits me weird if I really enjoyed their movies or something. And she just doesn't quite understand where I'm coming from. You know, she's like, well, you didn't really know them. It's like, no, I didn't really know them individually, but I knew them corporately. And, you know, I feel a connection to them from the movies I've seen them in or whatever. Or, you know, so it's strange. I remember when what is her name? Famous Princess Diana. When she passed away, some people took it really hard, but again, it's like you didn't really know her. You just seen her on TV. You knew of her story. You knew of her kids, but you didn't really know her individually as a person. And so it is kind of strange sometimes how some people can take it really hard. I know when my aunt, my mom's oldest sister, passed away, it really hit the family hard. She was like this really awesome lady, and her kids were great. In fact, her sons are still some of my favorite people in the world. And it was a tough one. And then when her husband died, like 20 years later, it was pretty tough too, because he was the coolest guy ever. He was like 7'4", just this monster of a guy, and we all wanted to be like this guy. He was so cool. He'd lay on the floor and we would just wrestle with him, and it was awesome. He was so big, his body filled the whole living room in his house as he would stretch his arms and feet like and grab us all like some kind of giant monster and pull us in. It was pretty cool. He used to have these little wooden Dutch shoes, and it's funny is even my kids used to go over there and see him and have the same experience as I had when I was a kid, of him still wrestling in his 70s with them. Yeah, he used to always call me Toddy Boy. Toddy Boy? Yeah. Yep, he was a really great man. So yeah, I kind of get it, man. When somebody in your family passes and they are special, it can really be hard. Charles, it's good to hear, man. It's nice to have that connection like that with that family. You know, the cool thing is you will always, always, always have those memories to pass along and to share and to have, you know, like that deepness, richness where you can share with your family. Like me, just telling you about my cool uncle, you know, and how I used to be, and my aunt, you know, those stories will live on through me and my kids and continue. All right. Sorry, man. I'm going to not talk anymore about sadness, because let's try to have some fun while we're painting. It's kind of hard to get right inside these little areas here. And the first time I printed this, I printed at a lower quality, and I just did not like how it came out. So I had to go back and redo a little bit higher quality version. This is the higher quality version one. And the original one I painted had like a lot of little cracks and crevices in the handle. And I remember telling my son, you know, he thought it was really cool. He loved how the other one looked. And I said, as cool as that looks, once I go and do the higher quality one, you're going to love it that much more. It's going to be really cool. All right, now that I got all my black done, we're going to work these up in shades of brown from lightest to darkest. There's not really a lot of dark crevices in here. I'm not going to worry too much about this one here. Got a little bit too much paint right there when I was doing my clear coat. All right, so now let's set this brush aside, and let's set this cup aside. And let's find my darkest brown. I have one here. I wrote dark brown on it. And I got this burgundy. And I like to add a little bit of red to this brown, because this brown is kind of a yucky brown. This brown is great. It has enough red in it. It looks really good. Then I have this brown here, my chocolate brown. That one's good. And then I have my dark brown. So let's start with this dark brown right here. And this one again is probably 10 to 12 years old as well. We'll see if it comes out of the chute. Oh, it is stuck. Oh, do you know why Santa plants a garden every year? I do not. Oh, whoa. I got too much brown in there now. I don't need nearly that much. Oh, that is chunky. Chunky monkey. Is that a model kit? It is not a model kit. It is actually a 3D print. The link to the print is in the description, as well as the link to a lot of the colors that I used. Or the paints and paintbrushes I used for this too. So I'm going to use this brush right here, a little bit bigger one. And I am going to froth this brown paint on there. Let's see if we can't just do light. It's almost the same color as the print already. So that's kind of cool. And we're just going to take and lightly dust this on here. Just kind of get some Now, sometimes when I paint things that are supposed to be wood, I'll actually take black spray paint and just spray paint the whole thing black to start with. Now you can see what I mean about this brown paint not being much red in it. It looks kind of weird. But once we add some burgundy in there in the next couple coats, it's going to look better. I actually don't like this brown. I like the color it printed in, just this paint. Like I said, it's got way too much green in it, in this brown. Just looks yucky. Yucky, yucky. All right, well, that is looking better. All right, now I didn't mean to use that much color in there. I want to add a little bit of burgundy to it, just to give it a little bit of red tint. You know what? Before I add the burgundy, I should probably do this part too so it kind of matches. You can kind of see how I got the burgundy off to the side. It's funny, I got a friend, he's a master painter, and when he sees me paint, he just cracks up because the way I slop my paint on, it always makes him kind of laugh at my uncouth painting skills of the old slap and paint. All right, so right. Now let's mix that burgundy in. Oh. I guess I should have probably pulled some of this out to add some more burgundy that way. Nope. Red is a very strong color, so be careful not to use too much when you're doing this. So I have to be very careful. Be very careful. I'm hunting rabbits. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's do some light dusting on here. Just to give it a little bit of a... Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Ah, I need a cameraman. Cameraman! All right, on to the next color. It stinks. I used to use paper cups all the time, so I could paint on the side of the cups to get rid of my paint on my brush, but I guess I'll use this paper towel here. Okay, we're going to go up to the next shade. And that is dark brown instead of dark brown. See if I can be a little careful here on the colors. I don't need much at all. Oh, the same problem. It is clogged. See, I got these browns all at the same time in order to make... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah, too much. Too much, man. I'm going to need to get more cups now. All right. Let's go ahead and hit this with the next brown up. And again, you don't want to hit it all. You're just trying to get some high spots so that it gives the wood look to it. And in a little while, we're going to go to a much finer brush to do some more of this. And you're just doing real light brushes on here. You don't want to have it too deep and dark, 'cause you don't want to lose your original colors underneath that you've done with the darker brown and the blacks. So it's just a real light brush technique. It's all right. Not looking too shabby there. All right. Let's go ahead and do the same on here. Okay. Where is my paper towels? Okay, let's go with the next lighter brown. Dark brown. Sometimes I use my fingers to paint. Yes, using your fingers to paint is the best way. Oh, all right. Hopefully I don't make a mess with the paint on this one. So let's get the majority of the paint off the brush. And this time, hey, my favorite brown's not out here. No. I don't have my favorite brown out here. Unbelievable. I must have used it up at one time. So we're going to add a little bit of white to this, just to lighten it up a little bit. I already know it's clogged. It's not clogged. No way. Well, let's shake it up. The white is newer, because I ran out of white a while ago to buy some new white. All right, let's see how that looks. We'll just mix that right in there. That looks pretty good. You know what? I want to use a different paintbrush for this. I want to use a smaller one, so I don't want to put as much on. again, just real light touches. I actually take and use the paper towel to kind of dry some of it off before I actually apply it. That's looking pretty cool. That's looking nice and like beat up wood, which is what I'm looking for. Smaller detail is actually easier to paint than the larger detail because the paintbrush just kind of flicks off of all the edges. Nice. All right, let's go just a little bit lighter. Just a little bit lighter now. Hey, Jinx Caliber, thanks for joining us. Just me painting this giant wooden cup that is made for rolling your dice when you're playing role-playing games. Okay, I'm going to really get this brush wiped off now before I apply this. So probably my last coat of brown. Just trying to get the brush to hit all the high points of the wood. Oops, oh, I got paint on my green. Hopefully I'm still in camera range. Keep hitting it with my arm accidentally when I try to take the paint off. All right, that's looking pretty good, I think. You guys let me know what you think, though. I'm pretty happy with the results. It looks like wood to me. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty cool. All right, so now let's get back to this piece right here. This one needs the lightest touch too. Where did I find it? That's an excellent question. My son actually found it, and I'm actually making these for him. And so this was just my practice one that I made, and I kind of wanted mine made of wood looking. He wants his different, but well, in retrospect, I wish I would have put black in between those lines. It would have looked way better. Oh well. All right, so now I'm going to take it downstairs and do a clear coat on it. And the link's in the description, Jinx Caliber. And I'm tempted if I should paint this handle or not. It's wood too. I guess maybe I should. What the heck? Okay. Let's start with the dark brown. Because my dark brown now is red in it too, so. I'm going to break my own rules and toss a bit of black in here. Usually I would not, but it's just not coming out the way I want it to. There we go. Now I need my smallest brush. Just not a lot of wood grain on this thing, so it's not coming out as good as I wanted it to. I need a wide brush. I don't have one. So we'll just do our best to just fling some light brown paint on there. I know I should wait for it to dry in between the coats. I'm not as worried about the handle as I am the rest of it. All right, I'm going to go clear coat this. I will be right back. I will be back. Yes, I have some silver paint to use on the metal bits, but I first want to clear coat this to seal in all the wood paint that I did. All right, I'll be right back, you guys. All right, before I head downstairs to clear coat this, I wanted to show you I first dried it with a heat gun. It's looking pretty good. So now you guys can just stare at my cool Wonder Woman figure that I just got. Ooh, ah, look at that. And I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed looking at Wonder Woman in the silence, and hopefully you told everybody else, hey, he's coming back. Really, he is. Now, I just realized while I was clear coating it, I didn't paint the top. It's like, ah, man. So we're going to go ahead and fix that remedy right now. So let's see, is this dry enough to touch? Almost. I'll just grab it by the middle here with my fingers and drop it off right there. And we'll paint the top. And then I'll head down and clear coat that again. So let's see what we got to do here. Now remember, the stairs I don't want to paint because that's where the dice goes down. So let's go ahead and do a black wash first up on top to get inside those little dark areas. And it stinks too because the rest of it's all real wet right now. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to do this. A little bit of a challenge, but we can handle it. This is what I should have done on that other piece. I should have filled in all these spots with the black the same way. All right. Now that we got that with the black, we will then move on to our dark brown. Dark brown. Now we'll give that a second to dry. And then you will follow up with our light brown and just kind of throw it on there to kind of cheat a little bit. You know what? I'm going to use this darker brown here. This darker brown actually looks a little bit better. I got too much light brown mixed in there. Wish I had an undo button. Undo, undo. So it had light brown mixed on my paintbrush. Oh well. You'll just go ahead and go with the light brown. Dab, dab, dab. I'm dabbing it on my paper towel a whole bunch to try to not have it be so thick of paint. That did not come out as cool as I was hoping it would. I'm rushing it too much is the problem. Too much rushing. That's what I get for having it not wait long enough in between my coats. Okay, where's that small itty bitty brush? Need my heat gun. Where's my heat gun when I need it? Should have brought my heat gun in here. Okay, that's gonna have to do. Okay guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna hit that with clear really quick and finish that up, and then we will put on some other cool things on it. You guys can look at Mermista on Storm while I'm gone painting. I'll be right back. All right, clear coated it is. Look at that. Now I have to go wash my paintbrushes really quick so we can get on to the silver and metal parts. So we can go ahead and move these all aside. And you guys can look at the cool cut. I'll turn it around because the wood part is the part, whoops, looks the coolest. There we go. I'll be right back with some clean brushes hopefully soon. Alright, my brushes are soaking. I guess I could pull some new brushes out of the package. Did I miss something, Scott? Yep, you missed the majority that's getting painted. I still have to do the metal parts. So, I got some other paintbrushes here to pull out to use. And we're going to have to get busy on those pretty quick. So, I am going to use silver, obviously. And I'm probably going to do most of it in silver, and then we'll do a black wash afterwards. Let's go ahead and just add the silver to the cup here. And I will grab the biggest brush I got left. It's not too big. I just realized I used up all my cups too. How many cups to mix any more paints in? Yes, dark silver and black would be perfect. I'm going to add a little bit of black to this silver, though, to darken it up a little bit. We'll see if it destroys it or not. I have found in the past sometimes when you add black to silver, sometimes it does kind of mess it up. We shall see if it turns it gray or not. Nope, that looks pretty good. I'm going to add a little more silver to that, though. So I got a lot of parts to cover. I'm not even aiming the camera at this right. There we go. A little bit more silver. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That looks pretty good. Wow. Scott's waiting on videos to upload. Nice. All right. So now I have to be careful because some of this is still kind of wet from the clear coat I stuck on it. So let's go ahead and carefully paint this. It's going to take a few coats, I can tell. My camera's not aimed on this. Like I said, I need a cameraman. Cameraman. It's funny. A lot of times I do the videotaping at church for Sunday mornings. And my wife is my camera girl when I do it. It's pretty cool. And it's when she first started helping me, I said, it's not that I need you to help me. It's just the way it gives me a promotion. Because no longer am I the church video guy, but now I am the church video producer. Because now I have you hired as a camera girl. So she kind of laughed about it. It's kind of our joke. So it gives me a promotion by having her help. Even though it's a volunteered position, there's no money involved in being the church videographer. Now, I did debate about this originally. I thought, I could do this the other way around. I could start and mask this all off and silver paint this first, and then come back and paint all the wood. And I did think about that might be a good way to go. But, this will work. This will work just fine. It's kind of tricky to make sure you guys are still in camera view too when I do this. Hey, one strap down, one to go. Now the second one, of course, is going to be the first coat only. I want to go back and hit a second coat on all these. Somebody is texting me, which stinks. I know when somebody texts me, you guys hear this horrible, awful sound across your video. Sorry about that. All right, now for the bottom of this. Now, as many of you guys know, I am not a fan of painting. And so if my son asked me to paint these, I'm like, no, you're on your own, man. I made a video. You can watch it and see how to do it yourself, which is what I tell most people who buy stuff from me that I 3D print for them. I made a video. Go watch it. It shows you exactly how to paint it. I don't think he's going to paint his at all. He's going to leave the colors because he's going to be using a two-tone color prints that look pretty cool. So I don't think he's going to want to paint over them anyway. I just saw it, thought, you know what a good opportunity to use the brown plastic. And all right, now for the bottom piece. I'm going to come back and paint the top later. I'll just do the bottom for now. All right, now to go back through and paint that top edge. Now I'm not going to paint the bottom of it. I'm just going to leave it as is. So all right, so now I have to decide about this handle. I kind of don't want to just do it silver too. That's pretty boring. I do have some bronze colors. Let me go find some more plastic cups and look for my bronze colors. And I will be right back. That's such a dad answer. I'm back. I found the brown I wanted. Oh, there it is. Too late. All right, so let's see what I got here. Splendid gold. Nah. What is this? Some kind of antique bronze or antique gold? I can't tell. Vintage gold. Nah. Where's my bronze? All right. I'll be right back. Gotta find my colors. Got some more paintbrushes though. And I found my cups. I'm running low on them though. Okay, sorry you guys. I'll be right back again. Alright, found some more paints. So I got this one here. I don't want this. Is Worn Penny. No thank you. This one looks pretty promising. This one's bronze. Bronze, bronze, bronze. We'll use that for these pieces up here. Alright, let's see if my silver has finished drying on here yet. That looks like it's ready for a second coat. Second coat of silver. Here we come. Oh, I guess I gotta zoom out and get you guys in camera frame. All right, let's do the top edge. Edges. We don't need no stinking edges. Yeah, actually we do. There we go. That's looking mighty nice. So I'll do the top edge over here too while I'm at it. All right, now the bottom edge. That looks mighty cool. All right, now the bottom, well, yeah, the bottom strap. It's just so crazy how much a second coat can really make a change. Realize I didn't put the second coat across here on the top one. Okay, now I do the top edge on the second one. Just nowhere to grip this thing. Hey, gripper. All right, now to the bottom edge on this one. My eyes are not focusing as good as they used to. I may have to go grab my older man glasses. Oh. All right, now to do the bottom base. Now to the top edge of this bottom base. All right, I'm going to do just 1/3 coat just on the face of it though, not on all the top and bottom edges, just to make sure I got every spot covered. Actually, under the bottom right here, looks like kind of need a little extra right here. Okay, the middle one. Oops, I'm way out of camera range. Sorry, you guys. All right, well, that's looking pretty cool. Thanks, Gothic Dude. I appreciate it. All right, let me put the silver over here now. Okay, so now we're going to do the bronze on these pieces up here. So let me go and pull out that bronze that I found. That's not it. There it is. This bronze is brand new. I've never used it before, I don't think. You know what? I actually think I did. I think I used it on... Maybe that's not mixed very good. It's like this yellow putrid coming out. Let's try this again. Ugh. Gothic Dude says he buys his paint at Walmart. I don't like chrome. I don't like chrome all that much. Oh, talking browser. Are you talking about paint? There we go. I'm gonna go find all my other brushes and clean it, because you know what? I forgot. I got these new brushes here. I need something bigger. I don't want to use some small little itty bitty brush to try to paint this bronze on. I'll be here all day. This brush should work. I'm gonna go drop my silver brush off into the other brushes so I can get cleaned out. So the worst part of watching someone do a live video is you have to keep waiting for me to come back and forth as I run out in the other room to either paint something, clean something, do something. All right, so now let's go ahead and hit this with bronze and see how it looks. You know what? I might mix some black to this bronze. It's just a little bit too bright. Where is my black? There it is. You know what? I got black right here. I'll just use this black that I've already gooped out. Ah, now it looks like gold. No. Oh well, we'll see how it looks. That is so funny. It definitely looks like gold now that I added that black to it. All right. Let's see if I got enough of this on the side to make this work. Okay, this is that kind of paint. This is the kind of paint that takes 20,000 coats. 20,000 leagues under the sea. And I probably should have painted it a different color first before putting this bronze on there. So I remember they had gold paint, the same company. And it took so many coats to get it covered. 3 years later. Yes, I should have used a base coat first. One statement I always hate when people say, my bad. I'm going to say it though. My bad. First time using this bronze that I could recall, so And I'm having second thoughts about it. I do not like it. I do not like it. So you know what I'm going to do? I think I am going to go back to the silver and just paint over it and see how it looks. So it's consistent all the way along. I'm going to paint the top of the browns too, so I don't have this inconsistency going on where one is kind of a bronzy silver and one's not. And that way then it won't look too weird. I also decided I'm going to paint the handle black. I'm going to go back. It's like somebody just painted the wood black. So I'm not too worried about getting it on my handle because I'm just going to paint over it black anyway. I don't like how it looked with the wood. No, not a fan. Not a fan of this color at all. Maybe mixing with silver is going to look way cooler. We'll see. I don't know. What do you guys think? You like it? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Oh, no, I'm way out of camera range. Sorry, you guys. So this bronze is now my primer to my silver. I'm going to stick over the top of it. I'll put a light thing of silver so it still has a different shade color difference to it, I think. But Oscar Mayer wiener. It does look like an Oscar Mayer wiener. It's the Wiener Mobile. That'd be funny. I should put the Wiener Schnitzel symbol on it. That'd been hilarious. Okay, maybe I'll try another coat before I dismiss this completely. It doesn't look terrible. Yeah. Black gold, Texas tea. Come on, Jed. Jed, clamp it. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it. It doesn't look that bad, I guess. What do you guys think? Should I leave the awful looking bronze gold for something different? So it's not just all the silver and... I think I will leave it. It's not that bad, I guess, once I got enough coats on. I guess it does kind of divide up the sculpt a little bit, so it's not just silver everywhere and brown. Besides, my wife will probably like it better with the bronzish gold on there anyway. What do you think? Yucky? All right, now to paint the handle black, because that's driving me crazy. That brown just looks awful. All right, I will leave this brush out here because I am probably going to come back to it. Where's my black? My black is gone. There it is. Oh, I got other colors mixed in it. Poor black, poor. Oof. It's just like jelly. That's the end of my black. It's so funny too. You see my thin black and now it's like super thick. See the jelly black paint. Bloop. All right, there goes the handle. Ugh. Guess I should have broke the brush in first, huh? Yeah, that looks way better, painting the handle black. Oops, sorry you guys. You're out of camera range again. More. Oops, you guys are way out of range. Ugh. All right. No more hot dog look does it have now. Hooray. It does look way better with the black handle. I'm going to go back through though and add some more of my bronzing on here. Right across the top up here. It's had a lot of areas that were still brown, especially in this front area here. Oh. Hooray. Okay, I guess it's not terrible. I guess I will leave the bronze. Okay, we got one last area to paint, and that's the front here. I got to figure out what I want to do with this front. We're going to paint everything. And it's obviously not wood. It's some other material. I think it's supposed to be stone. So maybe I should probably go with a gray. All right, let me grab my gray. I'll be right back. Let's see. All right, I'll be right back, you guys. This is taking a long time to paint. Okay, I'm first going to use this itty bitty small paintbrush, and I'm going to paint all the grooves black. Groovy. And then we'll come back through and put on gray on here. So let's just get this out of the way, just so we'll have a really nice shading later on. Oh, I gotta change my light. I didn't realize it died. It died. Hey, is the stream still working? Can you guys still hear me? Let me close it and reopen it because mine has frozen or something. Well, there it goes. It's just way behind. Ah. Oh. Let me know if it's not working, you guys. I'm also going to paint inside all these little windows here. Sorry, I'm outside of the range again. We got a striped set going on here. All right, now for the other direction. It's funny, the black's dry, but the copper gold is not, or whatever color it is. It's funny, I saw this movie not too long ago. It was called, I think, The Sands of Time. I'm not sure, but basically it's about this guy that has his dagger that he got from this princess that when he presses the button, he can go back in time a few seconds or something. I don't know. Anyway, when I saw it, I thought, this is really cool. I actually enjoyed the movie a lot. And then I found out later on they made a video game, and I thought, oh, it's kind of cool. They made a video game about this movie. And then I found out just a couple days ago it was the other way around. It was a video game first, and they made the movie about the video game. That was kind of funny. I was kind of surprised. But people who played the game said the movie stunk. And it makes you wonder, you know, the movie on its own, if you didn't know the game existed, was kind of a fun movie. Like I said, I actually enjoyed it. But for those fans that watched the movie or played the game first and expected the game and movie adaptation, really did not enjoy the movie at all from what I could tell online. I can't remember the name of the movie. I think it was called The Sands of Time or something like that, or I don't know. But basically, it was about this, like I said, this guy with a dagger that he got from a princess that she was protecting, this magic dagger. And I'm sure somebody here knows what the movie's called. And when you press the button, it goes back in time, just a short period. Let's see, does anybody know the name of the movie? Anyway, I thought it was interesting and reminded me of us He-Man fans. When that movie came out, The Masters of the Universe in 1987, we all complained. We're like, what the heck is this? There's no Prince Adam. There's no real Eternia. There's no Orko. There's no Triclops. They're missing everything just about that we know as Masters of the Universe. But my question is if you don't know what Masters of the Universe is it a good film? Are we just so jaded by the fact that it's missing what we're expecting? Is it really that bad of a movie? And so it's kind of interesting. I've often wondered this, especially now in light of seeing all the people's complaints and comments online about that movie that I enjoyed before I knew it was a video game. Hop back to Rick. I'm still complaining. Okay, did anybody say what the movie's called? All right. The one with the sand time dagger. Take Gwilder out of it. It's 10 times better. I think Gwilder was their answer to No Orko, is what's going on there. I think that's kind of what was the scenario. I have two grays here. I got a light one and a dark one. I'm going to use the dark one first. Then I'll go back through and do some highlights with the light one. There we go. It's way more than enough gray. And on to another brush. This time I'll make sure it's nice and soft before I start painting it on. All right. Oh, Prince of Persia. Thank you. I knew somebody would know the name of it eventually. Well, adding those dark lines didn't do much good. It ended up just making more of a mess of things. I thought it would be cool, but this gray paint is really thin. And it's just mixing with the black and making a mess before it actually spreads on there. Yes, Prince of Persia. Did you guys ever see that film? If you did, tell me if you liked it or not. Or if I'm just crazy thinking it was a good movie. Now, I admit the princess being attractive did help a lot. I found her really attractive, and I enjoyed that part of the movie too. So that may have been part of it as well. And I like the way they did the guy too. He was very He-Man-ish with his long, straggly hair. I guess that actor doesn't usually have his hair like that, which is a shame because it looked way cooler than he looked with his short hair. So I don't know. I think his name was Jake something. Jake from State Farm? No, not Jake from State Farm. Eef. This is becoming a mess very quickly. Well, I hope when I'm done doing this particular section, it comes out looking good in the long run. We shall see. Whoa. If my adding the black lines was a bad idea or a good idea. I'm starting to lean towards not the best idea. Not one of my better ideas I've had. I probably would have waited for it to dry more. It probably would have came out looking better. That's okay. We'll just keep going. It'll come out looking cool when it's done regardless, right? Double Dragon. Double Dragon. Yeah. There were some movies out there, they just didn't do the best job when it came to creating the image of the movie, comic book, or video game, whatever it was. You know what? I'm just going to do this whole section gray. I can go back and redo those things later. We're just going to gray it all up. Come on and gray it up, baby, now. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. We're gonna make it all gray now, baby, now. Even the dragon. Here we go. Not the dragon too. Oh no. I might try to find a way to paint that dragon red or something in a few minutes. But for right now, we're just going to coat it with gray. It will be a nice base coat anyway. Now I got the stairs gray. No. My son's going to look at this and say, the wood looks cool, but what's going on with all that gray, Dad? Yeah. All right, here goes the window. All right, let's get that time to sit for a minute. And we'll come back through and do some more detailing on it. Oh. I got a piece of plastic sticking out there. There we go. Whew. Street Fighter. Okay, for me, the best Street Fighter movie ever was Bloodsport. Bloodsport should have been Street Fighter. Sorry guys, I'm plugging in my extra light so it can be charged. This light's not going to last much longer. The Street Fighter movie itself, yeah, it stunk. And I love the Street Fighter video game. So I was extremely disappointed when I saw the Street Fighter movie. Which is funny because they had Jean-Claude Van Damme in both the Street Fighter movie and Bloodsport. So I'm thinking when they saw Bloodsport, they thought, oh yeah, this would be a cool Street Fighter movie as well. So there you go. Oh, that's still wet. The black's dry, but this part up here is still wet. And now I got to touch it up because I just made a fingerprint mark. Were you able to get that out of there? You know what movie I surprisingly enjoyed just recently was that movie, oh, what was it? Blue Beetle. I didn't think I was going to like it. I was actually pleasantly surprised with Blue Beetle. It was actually pretty good. I know a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people hated everything else. But, you know, I watched Cobra Kai, and we all really fell in love with Miguel, and he felt like he was part of the family watching it. And so seeing him in that movie, it was like, you know, watching, you know, your kid's friend or something, or your nephew or somebody. So, all right, I'm going to add this wash onto the brown. Just give it a little bit more pop. And I'm going to use a really large brush. And I'm going to try to keep it off the silver while I'm doing this. You couldn't pay me to watch. Is that basketball? I'm sure it's not Blue Beetle. I know, some people are like, but I think they did a really good job with it. I was actually highly impressed. I didn't think I was going to like it, but like I said, I'm a fan of the actor. I loved him in Cobra Kai. And it was so funny when he's with George Lopez. You could just see the admiration on his face for the actor George Lopez. It wasn't that he was faking it or anything else. You could tell he's like, I got to work with George Lopez. How cool is that? And you could see it on his face. So I thought that was kind of cool. So that was kind of fun to see his admiration for George Lopez on there. You can see this gives me just a little bit more red into the browns. It just looks so much better adding this wash on there. Making the color pop. Oh, I'm touching this gold again. No, I got to get off of there. If I ever get off of there. Boom, boom, boom. So much better. It's that little bit of tint. And this is the color I'm using right there. It's a little bit of a, it's made for a skin wash, but it works great to make your wood pop too. As long as you don't get too much on there. Like I just did. No. I got too much on there. Oops, I got to follow it up with too much everywhere else too. Do 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 do. Then again, I do like the redder wood look. I always have. My wife likes the greener red look, so when it comes to cupboards in the kitchen, we usually don't agree on how they should look. I like the cherry wood, she does not. All right, that looks way better. All right, let's turn this around. Turn it around town. Yeah, I've been ignoring this piece for a while. Let's go ahead and add our red onto this wood as well. The base plate. Whoa, a little too thick there, but all right. Okay, we are ready for the next color. The next color is going to be a black wash over everything. But before I do, we got to do a little bit more gray. Where's my gray? Where's my gray paintbrush? Oh, I can't find it. I can find a black paintbrush here. The black's just about dried on there anyway. It should work just fine. It should work just fine. Oh yeah. That's working better than fine. That black's coming out just perfect. Giving us a nice black wash at the same time. Look at that. Look at that. I'll buy that for $1. All right. It's not looking too bad. Excellent. So, Gothic Dude 1981 picked up some clear fingernail polish to fix some loose joints on his figures. Great. Alright, I think I'm liking this. I do want to add some black wash though. Unfortunately, I did get a little bit of brown on my silver there. I guess I could touch that up and fix that. Is this my silver paintbrush? No, it's my gray one that I was looking for earlier. Alright, let's get out another paintbrush to fix that silver. I'm gonna have a lot of paintbrushes to clean today. It's gonna take a couple coats to get that covered. It's funny, it makes it look almost like it's gold with that brown tint on there. All right, I'm gonna go take us to the heat gun. I'll be right back so I can keep going and get some of this paint dry. And you guys can look at Submariner while I'm gone. Oh, I'm back. Just finished doing the heat gun on it. And I got some better glasses so I can see them doing better. Because now it's me time to doing some more detailing painting. Let's just stick that right there. Plunk. Pop Actor's computer froze. No, I was just in the other room while you guys are watching Submariner. Look at this, a brand new red. Brand new red. I don't know how this red's going to react too well because it's actually that kind of clearish red. We'll see how it does coating the dragon. This is gray underneath. I need my scissors. Scissors? We don't need no stinking scissors. Yeah, actually today we do. Okay, let's see if that spot, yeah, I need some more silver there. Is my silver brush? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, that's probably about as good as it's going to get. But you know what? When I was in the other room drying this, I thought, you know what? I'm going to add some silver in the front here as well. So let me get on my extra strong spectacles here. And let's do some detailing with some small brushes. There we go. Now I do have smaller brushes than this, but this is going to have to do for now because I don't want to run in the other room and grab them. And we're just going to paint around the window and the sword and give it some silver. So I still got a lot of this dark silver left over. And the front's is looking pretty boring. do this sword first. Let's see if we can get this sword to look cool. It's hard because there's not a lot of defining edges to it. So basically, I am defining the edges right now to this print. So it's kind of strange. Now I do have to admit it's way easier painting on the gray silver than it was painting on the brown silver. Okay, I'm on camera view. Cool. Just making sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Otherwise, it's a pretty boring video if you just can't see and only hear me talking. It might as well be a podcast on me painting. And now I'm painting the sword. All right. So now let's paint the other side of the sword. It's just so hard to get in here. These small little areas. I remember the first time I did oil paints, it was pretty funny. My mom had this picture, and it was her boyfriend's picture, and it was on the wall behind the TV a little bit, and we had TV antennas that kept getting adjusted for whatever channel you were watching, whether it was channel 13 or channel 11 or 12, whatever it was. And so every time these antennas would get adjusted, they would scrape the painting just a little bit, and it knocked off a whole bunch of paint on this painting. So my mom went to the store, she bought the paints, she tried to fix it and realized she did not have the ability to do it. So then she had me do it for her. I was like 9 years old at the time, and that was my first time I ever had to paint. And it was funny, the guy never even noticed. I did a good enough job that it looked good enough that you could not tell that somebody touched up his painting. He didn't paint it himself, he bought it. So that might be also why he didn't recognize it, being he just purchased it. I'm sure if he painted it himself, he would know. Wait a minute. What's going on here? This isn't how I painted this. But being it's a purchase, I could see him not knowing. All right, that will do. That will do just fine, Piggy. There we go. There's a sword. Perfect. No, good enough. Yeah, good enough. Good enough for country boys. All right, let's go ahead and paint this window now. Same thing. This is a lot easier though, because this is definitely defined. When the guy made the model for this, the window's really sticking out, so. It's much easier to paint something that's sticking out like that than it is to paint something that's barely visible, obviously. Now, a lot of times I pick something flat to paint this, like a Q-tip or something. since it's right on the surface, but I'll just try to be extra careful. Oh, I got a little bit of silver in the middle there. Not too bad. All right. So now the dragon. What to do with the dragon? I kind of want to paint it red, but I'm a little scared to paint it red because I don't know how this red paint's going to react. Let me go and clean off my brush. So I want to use the same brush. I need a really small one, but I don't want to get silver all over it. And I think I'll just turn this lid over and have to let the brown paint drip on the other side. And we'll just shake this red up really well. And this red takes a number of coats to usually clear, to put a full coat on. So, and you can see it's messy, and red is really strong. If you get red somewhere, it's not going to wash off easily. So you can see I got some of my fingers here, and it's going to leave a nice little red stain there for a while. And it's very hard to paint over if you miss. So okay, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, just like I thought, it's going to take a lot of red to coat this. Probably should have painted it white first, just to have some sort of base underneath. Oh, I should have painted inside the eye black before I did this. That would look really cool. Oh, well, too late now. Too late now. It's hard to tell what's dragon and what's not. It's a really cool design he stuck on there. The guy who designed this. It just makes it very hard to paint. As you can see, I got a little blob right on the outside there where I didn't want it. Like I said, it's going to take a number of coats to get this to look good. Ugh. I need finer glasses so I could see what I'm doing here. And maybe in a different kind of paint would have worked better too than just this clearish red paint. So let that dry for a minute, and I'll come back with some more red paint in a little bit and hit it again. Let's get a couple more spots before I send it to dry. Sorry, you guys. All right, so while that's drying, we're going to put our black wash on our silver. So let me go and set this paint aside so I don't get it everywhere. And one last brush just for our black wash. Black wash. My mom always told me don't black wash in your drink. Oh wait, that's not black wash. Let's see how much black I have left, because I know I use a lot of it all the time. I still got some. Cool, cool, cool. This is the game ink. Links in the description if you guys are curious. Ugh. And the lid is glued on tight from black washing of the past. Dude. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. That's looking pretty cool. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Psh, sorry, you guys. Hopefully I didn't spend too long flipping the camera up there. So you can see the difference between the top one and the bottom one. The top one looks way cooler. Way cooler. I always do that on this edge. I always get way too much on there. No. I gotta go back and add more or else or try to smear it out the best I can. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's do the bottom. Got to do the sound effects too, you guys. To get the paint right, it's boom, 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 boom. So what do you guys do on a Saturday? I watch some guy keep painting out of focus on his camera for 3 hours. Wow. He kept leaving, saying he was putting on clear coats, grabbing new paint colors. He just kept stringing us along for hours and hours of pain of watching him paint. And sometimes it feels like that, huh? Sometimes it just takes so long. So long. All right, that's looking pretty good. Let's do the bottom one. It's one I'm most excited about because it has a lot of cool details. Jägermeister. Well, I'm not making the sound effects. Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's why it's not looking as cool right now. Now for the end wash, that always messes up because I get too much on that small little area. Dab that brush dry. Ah, still got too much. Too much. All right, I'm now going to go ahead and do it to the bronze just to give it a cool darkening effect. Oh yeah, that looks so cool. I'm glad I left that bronze and didn't go with silver. It does look better. See, I added the black wash on it too. Oh, I didn't paint the bottom. Well, I got a black wash on the bottom with a all right. And now for the big brush, I'm going to do the whole entire black on there as well. If I can find another big brush. I got one big brush left in here. But before we do, well, you know what, I'm going to do this first. Then we'll come back and repaint our guy red again. All right, here we go. Looks pretty good. Okay, let's try the red one more time, and then I'll put the clear on. And we'll clear coat the whole thing with lots and lots of clear coat. If it's a muted red, so be it. I would have liked bright red, but you know, sometimes those things will come out just the way you want. It's just fine. Doesn't need to be perfecto, which is really hard for me to swallow because I wanted perfecto. Paintbrush is getting caught in the camera rig. Not the camera rig. Okay, I have some small little touch-ups to make right around there where I got red and the gray. So let me go heat this up and get it ready for final paint, and then I'll fix those little spots in a second. So I'll be right back. You guys can look at Wonder Woman again, because she is cool. Ugh. Okay, I dried it with my heat gun. Now let's get out the special small itty bitty brushes. I got 3 left. Only one's still kind of small. I used to have some super fine itty bitty but I guess I've used them all. That's it. I gotta find a different brush. These are not small enough for fixing that little spot I gotta fix. All right, I got some really nice small brushes now. Look at that. So we'll see if we can't fix that little spot. And I'm gonna put on double glasses so I can really see where it's at. Double glasses. Whew, things are blurry looking now. I gotta get this really close up to my face. And where is my gray paint? There it is. Just a little dab will do ya. There's a little spot right in there. All right, I think that will work. Time to clear coat it. I'll be right back. You know what? I'm not going to clear coat it in camera. It's going to take a while for it to dry the way I want anyway, with all the coats going to stick on it. So this is the end of the video. Looks like I got some copper mixed into my gray there. I'll have to fix that too while I'm here. I'll have to black wash that and clean it up a little bit. And that will be it for you guys. I'll probably use it in future videos of rolling dice and stuff, so that will be cool anyway for you guys. Oh, I use silver instead of gray. Anyway, I got some more touch-up to do. Anyway, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye now. Good journey.